overcomes odds and becomes a success.
Far and Away was a movie near and dear to director Ron Howard's heart, bringing the real lives of Howard's ancestors to the big screen.
I was really lucky. It was, I wanted to stop and sort of take a snapshot of it, and just to never forget that in my career I actually got to do this thing that was kind of out of my own family history, and that's a rare opportunity.
The historical epic cost $70 million to make. It was a grand undertaking. It was also the first movie starring one of the most talked about couples in Hollywood. Tom and Nicole were on their honeymoon, and they were very much in love.
It was wonderful. People say, gosh, it must be hard spending that much time together, but we spent 24 hours a day together and we loved it. And we also got to work on it 24 hours a day, so we were constantly, improvising scenes at 3 a.m. in the morning and worrying about it. But it really means that you're sharing something.
Although Far and Away didn't break any U.S. box office records, Tom was quick to point out that the movie was a great success overseas. Perhaps Hollywood wasn't ready to see their American hero speak with an Irish brogue.
I work my tail off on every single thing I do. And what I don't appreciate is people not understanding what it takes for a movie to make money. And I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, and even now, Far and Away will make money.
He's, for all practical purposes, a producer now of all the movies he makes, which means he pulls the principals together, the cinematographer, the director. He chooses them, or at least passes on them, and he works with them and shapes the script as it goes along. And he's not one of these prima donnas that just has power and kind of abuses it and wants changes and what, he makes, for a young man, he brings a lot of wisdom and experience to a movie set and makes some good decisions.
Striving for the best also runs in the family. While few couples can successfully combine a personal and professional relationship, Tom and Nicole seem to have figured it out.
I had some anxiety about it going in. They had worked together in Days of Thunder, and they really felt confident about not letting the movie and the sort of the intensity of the experience making a movie and the pressure and the stress affect the marriage. But nonetheless, I was a little worried, that I'd find myself in a Duck in a Vase or something.
Tom and Nicole love to work together, yet they realize their work will sometimes keep them apart. After Far and Away, Tom was once again at the top of the Hollywood dream machine with the movie A Few Good Men. Director Rob Reiner knew Tom had what it would take to bring the young naval attorney to life.
He's the only young actor that I know that has the power that's necessary to stand up to, Jack Nicholson. He needed to be able to, it's a David and Goliath story. He needed to be able to stand up. He also needed to be personable. He also had to have a charm and a sense of humor, which he does at the beginning of the, throughout the film. And he also needed to have a sexuality because there's no sex in the movie.
A Few Good Men co-starred Demi Moore and Jack Nicholson. Critics called the movie powerful, compelling, spellbinding. It was also one of the most successful movies that year, and it made Cruise one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. But despite the money, Tom remains grounded.
I remember as a kid growing up, and, we didn't have a lot of money, and I think of freedom to say, I'd like that bicycle, I'm going to buy it, but with it, I did not understand also the level of responsibility that came with money. That was shocking to me when I started making it. And I've had to educate myself in that whole area. And I think that there's a lot of great things that can be done with money also, in terms of, just helping people. That's is a great freedom.
At 30, Tom had already established an ability to make blockbusters. The Firm was based on a best-selling novel and an excellent example of the star's work, leading to comparisons to some of Hollywood's greatest legends.
I think Tom Cruise is kind of the Paul Newman of his generation. I mean, there's a lot of parallels there, and at one point their careers intersected, and they were in the Color of Money together. And if you look at them, Paul Newman has always maintained kind of sense of class and had a good sense of what movies to be in and how to carry himself in the movies he was in. And I think Tom Cruise is a good example of that now, and he's got, you know, he's going to be around a long time. I mean, he's still a very young man. We've known him a long time. It feels like he's been a member of the family, or so to speak, all of our lives, but he's still only in his early 30s, and you know, he's going to be part of our pop cultural lives for a very long time.
Praise. One honor has eluded the young star, the Academy Award. But perhaps Tom can take comfort in the fact that his fans consistently vote him Best Actor, choosing him several times as the country's most beloved actor by bestowing upon him the People's Choice Award. But this award was strictly for laughs. In 1994, he won the Harvard University Hasty Pudding Club Man of the Year honor. And in the tradition at Harvard, the man must dress like a woman.
I really only had two ambitions in my life. One was to be a Harvard graduate. The other was to win the Hasty Puddings. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I'll probably just disappear, I don't know, into obscurity. Thank you very much. This is a great honor. And it's, for me, I'm very proud to be invited and welcomed into such illustrious and, I guess, notorious crowd as the Hasty Puddings Theatrics and everyone they've honored before me. To another 146 years of success, on with the show.
After the success of The Firm, Tom starred in another book adaptation, Interview with the Vampire. Tom Cruise took a leap into the part, and once again, he struck gold. His urge to grow within the industry has propelled him from actor to producer. His first effort in that role is yet another mega hit, one that boasted one of the biggest opening day weekends in film history, Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise is a superstar because his innate likability is magnified in 70 millimeters.
If there's anyone in America right now who represents a human being who represents movies in the 90s, it's Tom Cruise.
I think he works really hard at his craft. He's genuinely, from what I have known from him, a nice person, and he maintains just enough secrecy, you know, to keep him intriguing. And that's very important in a superstar.
As long as Tom has the desire to make movies, Hollywood's greatest filmmakers are happy to have him. Because Tom Cruise usually equals blockbuster at the box office. For Tom Cruise, life has a spectacular view from the very top.